Three stylish money secrets. Dun, dun, dun. I really wanted to introduce the show that way at least once, so now I've done it. I've checked the box. Here is secret number one. Do the best you can with what you have. Here's why that's number one. In the style space, particularly, or the self help space, or the purveyors of elegance that are out there, well, I appreciate their beautifully curated, aspirational videos and whatever else they're offering you. I think sometimes what's missing is some heart and soul, some pragmatism, and some grace. So before I get into the other two money style secrets and really stylish money secrets, I want to start with some grace because I feel like so often this is left out of money conversations, particularly when it comes to women. Women are often shamed in money conversations, and we're told to cut out our lattes and our discretionary spending, and somehow that's going to help us amass and build wealth. I've got questions about this theory. But that's where it lands for most of us. Or there's this sometimes elitist attitude of less is more, purchase really good quality items, which in and of itself is not bad advice. I actually do believe in buying less items and being more thoughtful about what you purchase. I think that's wise. But again, when we leave grace out of that conversation and we sort of misunderstand the socioeconomic patterns of women and their purchasing power historically and currently, we kind of don't factor in that what we believe as stylists and purveyors of luxury and elegance, that what we are able to purchase and what the best quality for us is not the same for everyone else. And instead of inspiring people to take action, we become weirdly aspirational to the point that people are unable to aspire to be like us. If you know anything about me, and perhaps you're new here, my goal as a style coach is to inspire you to become more you. I don't want you to aspire to be me. And I don't want you to aspire to look like I do or purchase what I purchase if that doesn't work for you. So the most stylish thing you can do with your money is spend it thoughtfully on the best that you're able to afford. The best that you're able to even conceive of. The best that you're able to obtain. Notice I couch that in 3 different ways on purpose. One thing we realized, particularly when we were talking to people who are in different socioeconomic statuses about eating better, we kept telling them to eat their vegetables and their fruit, and we kept telling them it was really good for them. Except we didn't acknowledge that there were food deserts all over the country and that they actually didn't have access to choice fruits and vegetables. And when they did, they were at a price point they couldn't even conceivably afford. And then they didn't even know what to do with it. So instead of inspiring a group of people to eat healthy, which is not bad advice, we didn't really tell them how, and then we shamed them for it. And it's so important that when I tell you about these other 2 stylish money secrets, that you understand as a foundation. I'm talking about you taking on these ideas to inspire you from wherever you're sitting at. Super important. Do the best you can with what you conceive to be the best with what you have available to you. Now, for some of you, that's going to mean you're going to be buying some pretty pricey ticket items. And for some of you, it's just going to be about quality and not so much the price tag. Notice those things are not equal. Which brings me to stylish money secret number 2. Don't conflate price tag with quality. They're not the same thing, actually. I've been in plenty of amazing designer boutiques and flipped the dresses inside out because, yeah, I'm like that. That's how I roll in boutiques. And the finishes were not up to snuff for the price tag. There were exposed seams. They didn't even bother to do an enclosed seam, which is not that hard to do. There was no lining, and then the seams were all exposed. It was like, what is happening under here? The price tag actually didn't meet the quality. Price was high, quality was so-so. Don't conflate these two things with each other, especially when there's a lot of buy less, buy more quality. Well, okay, but don't conflate quality with price tag, boo-boo. They're not the same thing. So what I want you to look for in terms of quality are at least these three things. Are the finishes of the garment such that we're not going to have to worry about our seams unraveling, we're not going to have to worry about our zipper failing on us. Everything looks nice and tidy when we look inside of our garment. Number 2, are there any obvious things that when you put it on, the fit is just off? I don't care about the designer tag on it. There are plenty of discount stores that sell quote-unquote designer items that, well, the way they made it to the discount store was something was off in the specs of this garment. So was the sleeve literally put on backwards? True story, that happened to my husband. Is something off with the pant leg? Is the crotch kind of weird? Like, something's not quite right. Like, it looks okay, but you put it on your body and it just feels off. Yeah, that's probably a quality issue, my friend. And again, I don't care about the price tag or who made it. If it doesn't feel right, it's not a quality piece. So keep that in mind. The third thing I really want you to consider, remember we're talking about the finishes are pretty decent inside when we flip it out. The fit is better than, the average off-the-rack item. And number 3, can we tailor this to bring it up a notch in quality? So here's what I mean, particularly for my curvy gals. Oftentimes we have to size up to match our widest circumference. So whether it's your hips or your bust or maybe even the width of your back or the width of your arms, sometimes you have to size up when the rest of you is actually technically smaller, but we're matching our widest circumference. Well, that means sometimes that we may not be buying the thing that fits the best right off the rack, but with an investment in tailoring, we can bring up the quality of this item with just a little bit further investment. So if that's you, and oftentimes people are like, buy quality, buy less, and you're like, yes, but then I have to buy 2 sizes too big and then get it tailored, then I want you to start to factor in the tailor pricing when you shop for garments. If I chat with this tailor and he told me, okay, to take in a waist on a blazer, it's going to be about this much, I'm going to factor that into my budget so that when I go look for a blazer, I'm going to add that price point on there for the tailoring and decide from there, is it still in my budget? Because it's actually not a quality item if I refuse to wear it because it doesn't fit me. But if I set a price point budget and I already factored the tailoring into that, when I purchase this item, off it goes to the tailor, I'm more likely to wear it because it actually fits me. It's the best I could afford with what I had on hand. You feel me? It builds upon each other. So we want to check to see, is everything nice and tidy inside? Secondly, we want to make sure that we factor in the tailoring price if we can, and we want to get the best fit we can for the price point we're at. If something feels a little janky on the fit, if we can't tailor it, we just say no thank you because it's actually not a quality item. So we want to conflate sticker price, designer label with actual quality. They're not the same thing. They're not the same thing. Third, stylish money secret. This is all about mindset because that's how we roll around here. We do practical stuff and the mindset piece. Here is the mindset piece I really, really want you to think about. What are you willing to invest in? And it may not always be clothes. Around here, we use the definition of style as your thoughts and your feelings about yourself outwardly reflected. So sometimes the most stylish investment we can make is actually not a blazer or a great suit or a great dress or fill in the blank clothing item. It's going to be an investment in our brain, our self-care, our well-being, our mental health. Those are also really stylish investments that we sometimes neglect as purveyors of elegance and style. We're talking to whole women with hearts, minds, souls, bodies. They're whole packages, and they're completely unique packages. So your next style investment that you're going to make, it might be clothing, or it might be an investment on your brain. It might be an investment into your soul, your spirit. That's really stylish too. That's what I have for you today, folks. Miss J out.